Hello, I'm Antony Pitts, the Artistic Director of the Song Company, Australia's national vocal ensemble. By any standards, 2020 has been an extraordinary year, not least in that everybody's world has become much smaller, at least geographically. For all of us at the Song Company, 2020 was the year of our clear blue sky, and indeed after the smoke of the terrible bushfires had gone, and then the aeroplanes stopped filling the air with their fumes, we had a tranquility in the heavens that we weren't expecting. After our own miraculous recovery and rebirth in 2019, the very full relaunched concert programme reached a peak of activity in early March this year at the Adelaide Festival, where we appeared as vocal representatives, literally and metaphorically, of Australia on the global stage, in 150 psalms, joining forces with the Taylor Scholars and some of the best European national vocal ensembles. And then it all ground to a screeching halt. Like every musician around the world, the question was how to make music without being able to meet, without an audience. As singers particularly, our main professional activity became the subject of clinical scrutiny, and it was deemed that we might unwittingly be especially capable spreaders of the infamous virus. Like many others, we experimented online. We started with a rather ironic rehearsal of John Cage's silent piece, 4 minutes and 33 seconds, and a brief sound check of Henry Purcell's beautiful Hear My Prayer. But we found that live performance from different locations was a technical bridge too far. And so we began to imagine our clear blue sky season as a non-linear digital project, and in some ways go far beyond our original intentions. One of our most exciting collaborative projects this year has been Burden of Truth, which had a national tour planned to Perth, Melbourne, Brisbane, Canberra and Sydney, joining forces with local choirs and choral groups. We still hope to tour this programme live in 2021, in what is the 50th anniversary year of the headline work, Gavin Bryars' Jesus' Blood Never Failed Me Yet. But in the meantime, we've managed to make the world premiere recording of a brand new a cappella version of Gavin's piece by the composer himself, for upwards of 32 voices. For this we employed 33 professional singers from across Australia, including all of our principal, associate and ensemble artists, as well as emeriti artists and 1 or 2 special guests, each taking part by recording individual parts remotely in bedrooms and kitchens across the land and overseas. Joining us in this digital undertaking are the University of Western Australia Conservatorium of Music and Canberra's the Oriana Chorale. Earlier this year, I had made a very special journey into the heart of the continent with my family, and on our road trip passing through from Uluru to Kakadu, composed a 25-part motet called Transients, based on the extraordinary canon from the Eton Choir Book by Robert Wilkinson. Which we also have recorded alongside the Gavin Bryars. So the resulting Burden of Truth album could be one of the most exciting releases ever undertaken by the Song Company. It will be available to listen to via our digital membership programme just in time for Christmas at the.song.company. And next year as a limited edition 50th anniversary LP, yes, on vinyl. We also undertook a new project, our first artist songbook, which is now being released via our website in both video and audio format. And this came about as an extra project to harness the remarkable musical forces of our 8 principal artists and 4 ensemble artists, forced to give up so much work for so long. The songs they chose for the artist songbook reflect the mood of this strange year, introspective, haunting, coping with themes of separation and loneliness. And as a curated listen through the dozen songs, it's an uplifting and cathartic experience. The show must go on. Watch the videos and listen to the complete album at the.song.company.
The show must go on. Ooh, inside my heart is breaking.
Then came the news that we could get back in front of an audience, albeit a very much reduced audience size. Principal artist Amy Moore and I were the first to present our scheduled Chants d'amour et de mort to a select crowd in the city halls of both Bathurst and Newcastle, followed by a much wider audience on Melbourne Digital Concert Hall. This song cycle by French composer Olivier Messiaen, it's called Harrowing, has the timely theme of mental health at its centre, and its dramatic depths touched audiences really quite unfamiliar with aspects of 20th century surrealism in music. Amy and I are now going into the studio to record this masterpiece, and our recording will initially only be available through our website at the.song.company. 2 more of our close-up recitals were able to happen both in person and in camera. Principal artist Roberta Diamond's collaboration with harpist Hannah Lane in Esperar, Sentir, Morir, and ensemble artists Hayden Barrington and Ethan Taylor in Book of Travellers, curated and accompanied by our Associate Artistic Director, Francis Greep. Ethan and Hayden's moving juxtaposition of the first modern song cycle by Beethoven in his 250th anniversary year, and Gabriel Kahane's evocative train journey in song across the USA was filmed for Phoenix's Behind Doors series, and is also available to view through our website.
All the way to the Ivy League. And would he have believed?
Roberta's multilingual collection of songs from the Sephardic diaspora across the Iberian Peninsula and beyond was filmed and recorded for broadcast on Jewish Arts, and will also be available on our website in due course at the.song.company. Our biggest live production of the year was of what can justifiably be called the first opera, Ordo Virtutum, though in fact it's a sacred music drama, by 12th century abbess and natural philosopher Hildegard of Bingen. She was one of the very earliest Western composers.
Fatue, prolestivi lavorare, respice mundum, et oblectetur in magno honore. Ha ha!
Made against a confusing backdrop of changing audience restrictions and diminishing funding, our Circle of Virtue was based on a concept and design by one of our long-time theatrical collaborators, Leonie Cambridge, including a central circle of silver confetti with red flowers and silver and gold regalia, unmistakable. As a production, Circle of Virtue was about as ambitious as an arts company our size can be, including a complete scholarly reinterpretation of the musical manuscript and its notation, an electroacoustic soundtrack and live sinfonia, stunning costumes and movement around the space, and an educational partnership with Santa Sabina College. We have since filmed the whole project at Waterloo Studios and hope to present it in camera in 2021 at the.song.company. Finally, just as restrictive performance advice was lifting, we were able to bring a dozen of our artists back together, along with Bach Academy Australia, for a performance of Part 1 of Handel's Messiah, which was streamed on Melbourne Digital Concert Hall and is now available as the first of our digital concerts collection at the.song.company. We spent months designing our new online platform and digital membership program so that you, our audience and supporters, would be able to enjoy what we're doing whilst unable to see and hear us in person, as well as engaging with us online. The fruits of all that work are beginning to be displayed online. As a bronze member, you can now listen to all our new albums as they're released. As a silver member, all of our video and new digital concerts collection, as well as our educational content, is also accessible. Gold members get to download our new albums and access to special behind-the-scenes content. As we move into uncertain times ahead, we hope that this growing musical offering will reach the hearts of our fans and music lovers across Australia and around the globe. Thank you for listening.